Hello friends. So today I wanted to share with you about in each chapter of paper 60 economic laws some useful information. Okay, done. Now I wanted to teach about Competition Act. Here, what is the objective of this act? To prevent the practices having adverse effect on competition, to promote and sustain competition in markets, to protect the interests of consumers, to ensure freedom of trade carried on by other participants in markets in India, to develop the Indian economy. So these are all the objectives of Competition Act. What are all those objectives of Competition Act? To prevent practices having adverse effect on competition, to promote and sustain competition in markets, to protect the interest of consumers, to ensure freedom of trade carried on by other participants in markets in India, to develop the Indian economy. Okay, done. Who administer who monitor this act? So here Competition Commission of India. Competition Commission of India, done. Okay, so this act is applicable to all of India except Jammu and Kashmir. So what are the issues dealt under this act? Like issue of combination related, issue of abuse of dominant position, issue of cartel, issue of bid rigging, issue of prohibition of certain agreements. So these are all the issues dealt under this act. So finally, any person aggrieved under this act, whom to approach? Like finally, appeal will go to NCLAT, National Company Law Appellate Tribunal. Done. So this is the act of Competition Act. Next, RERA Act, the Real Estate Regulation and Development Act. So what is the main purpose, like main objective of this act? Previously, like before came into force of this act, there is asymmetry of information, like a lack of information in between promoters and buyers of real estate. Next, buyers don't have much information regarding title of the land, nature of development, pricing of projects, and progress of construction. And there is no standardization, like a lack of standardization and uniformity in the real estate sector. So for these are all the things, like for removing of, like for eliminate of, these are all the things government government bring the RERA Act to streamline these activities. Okay, done. Now with RERA, you get symmetry of information between promoters and purchasers. You get transparency of contractual obligations, conditions. You get you here in under this act put lot of standards, like threshold of standards for accountability and standardization, and fast track dispute resolution mechanism also there. Okay, this is the objective of RERA. Next, who administered this act? RERA, Real Estate Regulatory Authority. It's applicable to all of India. Next, what are the issues happened under this act? Like promoter not registered with RERA, real estate projects not registered with RERA, or else real estate agents not registered with RERA, advance collected by promoter in excess of 10% on for plot or those things. So these are all the issues. Done. So finally, any party aggrieved under this act, whom to approach? So appeal, you will put appeal for real estate appellate tribunal. Okay, real estate appellate tribunal. Real estate appellate tribunal. Done. So this is the act of RERA. Next, the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. Okay, so what is the objective of this act, like code? Before, lot of for insolvency, for bankruptcy, lot of laws is there. So now these are IBC consolidate and amend the laws regarding reorganization, insolvency. So now this act came into picture for resolving of insolvency and reorganization issues for corporate persons, partnership firms, and individuals. It is a time-bound manner. So within the time, how to maximize the value of assets and how to resolve the issue of all stakeholders. Okay. Next, here to establish an Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, IBBI, and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto. So this is the objective of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Next, who monitor this act, who administered this act? NCLT, National Communal Appellate Tribunal. National Communal Tribunal. National Communal Tribunal. This is adjudicating authority. Okay. Next, it applicable to all of India. So what are the issues that happened under this act? Like corporate debtors unable to pay debts to financial creditor or operational creditor. Micro, small, medium enterprises unable to pay debts. Small companies unable to pay debts. CARP not work out. Insolvency proportional source partiality. These are all issues. Some more number of issues are there, but some issues. So finally, any person aggrieved under this act, whom to approach? National Communal Appellate Tribunal. Done? Right. Next, the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. What is the objective of this act? So to prevent money laundering, to provide confiscation of property derived from or involved in money laundering for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto. So this is the objective of Prevention of Money Laundering. So finally, who administered this act? Central government. Here involved some restrictions, like here involved enforcement of directorate, RBI. So these are all the people monitor this Prevention of Money Laundering Act. So it's applicable to all of India. So what are the issues happened under this act? Like reporting entities not provide information to enforcement of directorate or central government. Property derived proceeds of crime. Vexatious search. Involvement of Hawala transactions. Next, proceeds of crime passed on to 3 layers: placement, layering, and integration. These are all the issues. Okay, finally, any person aggrieved under this act, whom to approach? Here, special courts is there, special direct appeals is there. So, appellate tribunal which are established under Foreign Exchange Manipulators. Forfeiture of Property Act 1976 is there. So, this is the appellate tribunal. Next, the Foreign Exchange Management Act. The Foreign Exchange Management Act. What is the objective of this Foreign Exchange Management? FEMA Act 1999. So, it facilitates the external trade and payments for promoting the orderly development and maintenance of foreign exchange market in India. So who administered this act? RBI, central government. It applicable to all of India. And in addition, it shall also apply to all branches, offices, and agencies outside India, owned or controlled by a person resident in India, and also to any contravention thereunder committed outside India by any person to whom this act applies. So issues like available of excess of $2,000 not submitted to authorized dealer. This is one contravention or issue. Without RBI permission, excess foreign currency paid. So under liberalized remittance scheme for financial year for a family, $250,000 you can send. But more than that, you are required to take permission of RBI. But if you not take permission, that is an issue. Next, person resident outside India purchased immovable property and his name in India. So that is also an issue. So these are all the issues tackled by or dealt under this act. So what is the appeal? So foreign exchange here, I think it is wrong. So here, appellate tribunal which are established under Foreign Exchange Manipulators, Forfeiture of Property Act 1976, it is valid. It is a tribunal. Finally, any person aggrieved under this act, he can go put a appeal to appellate tribunal which are established under Foreign Exchange Manipulators Act 1976. Done. Next, Prohibition of Binomy Property Transactions Act. What is the objective of this act? To prohibit binomy transactions, and this act gives a right to recover property held as benami and for matters connected therewith or incidental therewith. So here administration or adjudicating authority, initiating officer, administrator, approval, adjudicating authority. Most of the cases, income tax department will take these things. It is applicable to whole of India. This act applicable to whole of India. So most of like what are the issues dealt under this act? From unknown sources, purchased a property. From known sources, purchased a property but registered with unknown name. So under this act also, any person aggrieved, we can put a appeal to appellate tribunal which are established under foreign exchange manipulators. I think this one also wrong. Appellate tribunal which are established under foreign exchange manipulators, Pariputra Property Act. Done. Next, the SARFAESI Act. What is the objective of SARFAESI? The securitization and reconstruction of financial assets and enforcement of Security Interest Act 2002. What is the objective of this act? Like to regulate the securitization and reconstruction of financial assets and how to enforce the security interest on financial assets. And this act provides a central database, CERSAI, central base of security interest created on property rights and for matters connected therewith or incidental that. Okay. Who monitor this act? RBI. It applicable to all of India. So what are the issues dealt under this act? So asset reconstruction company not reported properly to RBI. Qualified buyer not received promptly payment from asset reconstruction company. Security interest on asset not created with CERSAI. Demand notice not issued to the debtor for payment by secured creditor. So these are all the issues dealt under this act. So is any person aggrieved under this act whom to approach? So you will put a appeal to Debt Recovery Appellate Tribunal. So this is the act. So total, I think, I hope you understand these acts. Okay, right. Thank you.